Welcome back, my lambs. It's Magic Monday, the Mondays where we play Magic, and Modern Horizons 3 came out on Magic Arena. So, we're playing probably it's probably the best deck. And that is anything with Grief. Grief is completely insane. It is, as its name suggests, the most griefing card you can possibly play. I'm surprised they put it here. It's kind of insane. It's unfair, and it pretty much makes every other plan completely useless. Comes into play, you gotta look at the target player's hand, you get a Thoughtseize, basically look at their hand, make them discard a non-land card. But evoking it for free, and then bringing it back with something like Not Dead After All, or Undying Malice, makes you be able to get 2 cards. There are also black cards you can pitch with it. So that's that. We're gonna grief our opponents out of the game. Other plan, we're playing Reanimator decks. We're playing Quest of the Necropolis. Kind of a cool, cheap reanimation spell. Eventually just sits there. You can pump up with your lands. We've got a bunch of fetch lands to make the counters go twice as fast. And then you can just reanimate something. Our reanimation targets are Serra Emissary, Atraxa, Breaker of Creation. Breaker of Creation, I think, it's the best Annihilator card we don't have to get the cast trigger for, if that makes any sense. But yeah, Hexproof from each color makes it really strong. An 8/4 will end the game quickly. Annihilator 2 on like turn 1 or 2. I mean, that's just game's done. Psychic Frog I've also been extremely happy with. Pretty much a mix between Shadow Mage Infiltrator and Psychotog. This cute little guy can also just take over the game pretty well. Discards cards, which is super useful if we have like something big in our hand. Drawing the card when it hits if it feels really good. Yeah, secondary reanimation source. We have obviously Reanimate and Persist. Persist can't hit Atraxa, but Persist can hit everything else. Lively Dirge, Buried Alive to put our cards into our graveyard. We got the Bofaman. Bofaman's just strong enough to play here. Pretty good. I was playing Victimize because I didn't know Persist was in the format. So I was playing Victimize before. Persist is just better. You can't really persist your Bowmaster too well, but you can persist your Psychic Frog, and it's pretty good. So, just 2 Bowmasters. They're like one of the first cards we'll cut. Same with the Lively Dirge. But that's there. Obviously, Dark Ritual to just pump things out fast. Sideboard, Bone Shards against creature decks we want to kill. Consuming Corruption against burn decks. Gaining the life, everything's a swamp in our deck that we can search for. So that's really good. Toxic Deluge, if they're going wide, we're killing that. Leyline against other graveyard decks. Other Leyline, in case we're playing against other grief decks. This is our main out to grief. Leyline of Sanctity can stop the grief decks. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to play on the ladder. We're going to have some fun. And we'll see how many people concede on turn 1 after we grief them. And if you like griefing, maybe consider subscribing or liking. I play Magic every Mondays. I have usually daily uploads. I play a whole bunch of variety of other games, lots of indie games. I do stuff like that. That's how I do things. Or you can just like the video. Maybe even comment. I will read it. Don't you worry about that. I will read it. We're fighting the Crow, though. Crow 3-2-1. So we have the Grief. We have the Not Dead After All. We have everything we want. This hand's perfect. Okay. Are we going to get Griefed first, though? No, we got Duressed. Duress is not what they wanted to do. So they're going to take... I mean, doesn't matter. They can't take Grief. So we got them. Okay, they take Dark Ritual. Atraxa's kind of sweet, too. So we're going to first do this. We are just going to get our Shockland. We're going to get Watery Grave untapped. We have to hit full control. So we're going to Grief. I think we're going to get rid of the Not Dead After All. Yeah, we can get rid of the Not Dead After All. Grief them. If we don't hit full control, it just goes through the motions, and then we never actually play Magic. And we can't do our thing, our Undying Malice. So, unless they have 3 Swords to Plowshares, we should be pretty golden. Solitude? Okay, well that's something. Solitude is a Swords to Plowshares. We get Solituded. Result. So now it's a little worse. We're gonna take, yes, Stoneforge Mystic. Now I hope they despise us so we can eventually quest our Atraxa back. We're gonna honk the goose at that. You must. Okay. We'll give that a thanks, you know? Ah. A Bloodstained Mire. Very good. Necropolis. Give the old Undercity Swamp. Get a counter on our thing. We're building up to casting Atraxa. We're going to put that away. We don't want that. Undercity Sewers are very important to the deck. Being able to surveil is huge in a Reanimator deck. We're not gonna play the Grief. If we draw another black source, we'll play Grief and then we'll persist it. Okay, we're giving the runes. It's not a black card. Of all the cards in our deck, most of the majority of our cards are black cards. Breaker Creation, not a black card, but Breaker Creation, if they make us discard another card, that's perfect. Okay, Lively Dirge, we will, we're gonna get our opponent now. We don't actually need Lively Dirge. Okay, they have a land. Do we persist still? No, we wait. We're gonna persist next turn if they don't cast their spell. We actually kind of will hold our persist on for this Breaker of Creation. If we get like a Psychic Frog, we can... Ooh. Okay, well, we can just bring back Atraxa. That's why I think Quest is pretty strong. So do this. It'll only cost 3 for us to use Quest. Like, the initial cost looks really big, but really it's not that bad. They have a way to get rid of it right now. Oh, well. No, we're not going to take... We could take Solitude, which is kind of funny, but I think we're just going to take Atraxa. I think Atraxa is a better choice. I mean, they could cast a Solitude. Swords it. It's like a Solitude. But this is going to get us a bunch of cards at least. So we're going to get Bird Alive. Do we want Bird Alive? Do we want Persist? Polluted Delta, not dead after all. Maybe Persist. We already have our big cards. We'll get all that. We didn't hit a quest. That would have been nice, a second quest. It's gonna take them a very long time to beat us with their weak little giver of runes. Undercity Sewers. Let's see if we hit a sweet creature we can persist. We don't actually need another persist. I am just gonna do this though. Bring back Grief. Get him. Wow, another Swords. Okay. Eventually, we'll never be able to cast Breaker of Creation. That is the problem with Breaker. Alright, well, Bird Alive. This creature, a Psychic Frog, and a... Probably Grief. We'll put all those into play. We're going to Persist. We're going to say Serra Emissary. I think we're just going to do... They've used 2 swords, so I'm going to hit Creature, I think. We're just going to be protection from creatures. They might have... Oh my god. Well, they had the 3rd swords in a row. That's all they've been drawing this game. I just didn't... I thought it'd be a better chance that they probably had Solitude instead. But, you know, they didn't. Alright, well, Reanimate. Stoneforge. Solitude? Do I just bring back Solitude? I think I do. I'm just gonna bring back your Solitude. Psychic Frog is a pretty good option too, but I'm just gonna Reanimate Solitude, kill this. I will not dead after all. The Solitude, that would be a big mistake. We'll just hold on to Bofa. God, look at this. Look at this nonsense. They would have lost if they didn't have all these swords, so I mean, the game would have been pretty much over. But yeah, eventually we'll get like another Reanimate. We'll bring back the Frog or something. I don't think I'm just gonna Bofa them. I'm just gonna get you with a Bofa. Then we can hold up Not Dead After All on the Bowmaster. They're definitely a contender to be playing. What am I trying to say? Leyline of Sanctity. So that's kind of a bummer. We don't want another land. We just want to attack, get their life total down. Okay. That's fine. It was basically free anyways. Yeah, I think putting these on Magic Arena is probably a mistake. But what do I know? Whew, alright. What are they casting? Do they have their own Atraxa? That's a way they could end this game. They're getting there. Okay, Solitude. Yeah. Sure, Bowmaster down. Yep, the race is happening. Deathray Shaman. Okay. Well, more sewers. Nope. No lands, please. Alright, what do we get? Do we just Solitude? Their Solitude? Is that the life we're in now? Solitude, their Solitude? I think so. We could get Psychic Frog, but I think just Solitude and their Solitude is probably better. Yeah, we'll just Solitude your Solitude. Before your Deathray Shaman can play. Okay. Well, that's something. Yeah, you got me. We're frogging. No attacks. Good God. Well, all they've drawn is Swords to Plowshares and Solitudes. I don't know what else to do. I guess I could have discarded Breaker, but then they just Deathray Shaman it. You guys... I don't care. I don't care enough to block right now. Damn. My turn. More lands. Yeah. Block one. Everything's a Solitude, everything's a Swords. Stoneforge, what do we get in Lost Jetée? What equipment? Oh, Cryptic Cloak, sure. Yeah, put it on your shirt. Shirt's pretty good. And, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, that's game. Let's go sideboard. What do we got? Bone Shards? Toxic Deluge, maybe? Let's bring the Toxic Deluge, maybe. Maybe I go down 2 Lively Dirge, up a couple Toxic Deluge, down 1 Undying Malice. Do I void them? I don't think so. Leyline of Sanctity? Leyline of Sanctity is not the worst thing. Down to Persist? No. That's bad. I'll bring up a Bone Shards. See how it goes. Okay, we're going to play first. Yep, we're going to keep. Yep, we're going to go this. Grief. Dark Ritual. They gonna Solitude us? Put it on full control. Okay. Ooh, okay. So then we are going to take Solitude. Undying Malice. Good. Take Stoneforge Mystic. They can duress us all they want. I don't care that much. We have double Reanimate. Hold up Undying Malice. Do we just Reanimate their Solitude now? No, we just keep on attacking. Okay. I mean, it's good. But it's not going to win them the game. Yep. Sacrifice each opponent's graveyard. Hilarious. We're not playing with our graveyard opponent. Playing with your graveyard now. Yeah. Oh wait. They can't target their own graveyard. So I'm not too worried about it. I will loot. Or, not loot, but I'll take a look on the top of my deck. Don't want Persist. It's only my graveyard, right? Yeah. Nice. I'll do this. Get rid of that. Get in for damage. Nice. You crack your lantern, draw a card. Yeah. Yeah, they're in desperation mode now. They know, I mean, the game's over if they don't get something. Okay, Deathrite Shaman, kind of funny. I will Solitude that, though. Sure. You got me. We're going to reanimate the Solitude before they can start using their Deathrite Shaman. Resolves, that's fine. Deathrite's back. We play Psychic Frog. Good game. Alright, nice. So. We could bring in these. Not a bad. Maybe that's better than Bone Shards. Just good damage. They're not drawing cards, so the Bow of Man's not actually that good. I'll bring back in a Lively Dirge. Yeah, Bow of Man's not that great. Breaker of Creation, I think, is amazing, though. I don't think there's a single thing they can do about Breaker of Creation in their deck. Interesting. I think we have to mulligan this. We got, like, the double grief, but we don't have anything to do with it. We don't have blue sources for the frogs. This hand, I think, is actually better. We'll go down the Undying Malice. And we're going to try and get some stuff in the graveyard to persist. Whew, alright. See, now they're expecting us to just grief them. Oh, well, that's pretty sweet. So I'm just going to do this. Dark Ritual. We're going Dark Ritual Bird Alive this time. Bird Alive. And we're just going to Breaker of Creation them. And we'll have a Grief just for good measure. Now, they could Soul Guide Lantern us this turn, which would be bad. But if we just get that Breaker of Creation down, we win. Right? It's hexproof from colored spells from each color. So they can't target it with Solitude. Duress? You need 2 Duress as opponent. Did I get there? I think we might have just Dark Ritual, I think we might have just did the Dark Ritual thing. We'll see. We'll see if they have Graveyard Hate. Or Stifle. Or something. I mean, Mana Tithe would get me so bad right here. But I'm just going to pray that they don't have that. So we're just going to Watery Grave untapped. Persist. Breaker of Creation. And that should do it. They're looking at, I don't know what, a Solitude maybe? That doesn't do anything? Yeah. This is the real griefing. This right here. Solitude, sure. Exile your card, yeah. 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 Honk the goose, and there you go. Yeah, they can't target it, has hexproof. From colored spells. I mean, they can have colorless spells that can get me. But turn 2 Breaker of Creation. Sometimes you just bury a creation alive. And that's the way it goes. Nice. All right. On to the next game. Game 1 was pretty tough. They played about 10 Swords to Plowshare effects on us, and that was enough to get us. But Breaker Creation takes it. Game 2, we just griefed him out, and then we gave him the Annihilator. Like it. Let's play some more. These free spell elementals. I don't know. I don't know if they should be here. But if they're gonna be here, we have to play them. So we'll take it. Waiting for the games. Maybe I'll do a deck where it's just... We'll play like 5-color Omnath. And just play... Let's just play all those cards. All the elementals. It's not fast, but it's pretty good. So I think we're going to keep it. It's a much more fair hand. We're not really here to play fair, but I think Psychic Frog, if they can't deal with it, is going to be good enough. We might just be getting, Thoughtseize out of this game, so put that away. We don't want that. Oh, nice. Okay. Ooh, okay, now we're talking. Here's Psychic Frog. End the turn. So. If they target it, we are just going to discard Serra Emissary, but I want more information on what they're doing. Like, do I want to say instants? Are they merfolk? What are we doing? I mean, if they're not doing anything, we're just going to keep on attacking in. We'll do this. Psychic Frog can just take over the game by itself. Oh, I will play a quest. They can mana drain us, I guess. But if they mana drain us, that means we persist our Serra Emissary. Awesome. Resolve. Mana drained. Swamp. Persist. Serra Emissary. I'm going to say instants. End the turn. Honk the goose. Nice. Okay. Well, that was a nice fun one. Our deck's kind of just perfectly matched against this, right? Like, they're gonna have 1 mana. We can just grief them. And what are they gonna do? Maybe if they have a 1-drop blue creature, they can counter my grief. But other than that, there's not really anything they can do about it. Like, Stern Scolding doesn't hit grief. Stern Scolding used to be one of the premier counter spells in historic, not historic, timeless. But now that the elementals are here and all the creatures that you can cast for free have 3+ power, it's not good. Actually, no, Stern Scolding can still hit. I think it's toughness 2 as well. So maybe Stern Scolding is what I have to worry about. But we'll see. They have to have it, which they always do. But okay, this hand's not good. hand's also kind of bad, right? I guess I could, like, Buried Alive back some stuff with this, but it's never going to cast. So it's mulligan. We'll keep this so we can Lively Dirge something, reanimate it. I'll keep 5. We'll go Swamp away. Persist away. Turn 1 Dark Ritual, Lively Dirge. Turn 2 Reanimate something. We'll see. We could just get Spell Pierced. Ooh. I guess I could do it all, right? So, let's see if they have it. We're going to go Watery Grave, untapped. We're going to Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Lively Dirge. Okay, we're going to go Breaker of Creation. Reanimate, Breaker of Creation. Eh? Come on. Come on. I was thinking of Atraxa, but Breaker of Creation has the protection. Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. Hey! Alright, we're at 9 life. Let's see what they do. We have to watch out for, like, Shieldred's Edict can get us. That's about it. I don't think there's really anything else, like... Or, like, Edict effects, like... But they have to have it now. Come on, turn 1, Breaker of Creation. It's fun. It's interactive. It's a good clock, too. I was playing Grizzlebrand before, but there's no real, we don't have Lotus Petal. If we had Lotus Petal, I'd like Grizzlebrand more, but I'm kind of glad we don't have Lotus Petal in the format, honestly. But what I really want is Necrotic Ooze. I want Necrotic Ooze and Phyrexian Devourer. That's what I want in format, so I can actually have a Buried Alive combo and just win the game on the spot. Chancellors of the Annex. I'll take some of those too. Hey, alright. Turn 1 win. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Creation gone. Alright, on to the next game. Let's go. Perfect. We'll claim that. We'll play this. We're going in. I wonder if there's a... Yeah, maybe... Well, I was going to say, I wonder if Standard has a place for Breaker of Creation, but of course it's not in Standard. It would. You would definitely see... Well, you see a lot of cards from this set, obviously, in Standard, but it's not in Standard. Maybe Historic? I don't know. Breaker Creation's just so sweet. Annihilator's just so much fun and interactive. Especially hexproof from all colors. Alright, let's see what's going on. Let's see if we get the Grief game. Do we get the free wins? Or do we just, do we have to play fair, like turn 1 Breaker Creation? This is not a good hand. If we had 2 mana, it'd be a great hand. But it is not a good hand, so we're gonna mulligan. This hand is better. I think. We're going to keep. We're going to put this guy away. So it's not going to be that intuitive. Well, we might just get griefed out ourselves. We'll see. Bloodstained Mire. What do we got? Tapped? Polluted Delta. We also are just going to put tapped. I think we're just going to cast a grief. Or we could Lively Dirge. No, we're just going to cast a grief. Just Dark Ritual Grief. Pretty good. Could get countered. We'll see what they got going on. Resolve there. If they like Brainstorm, we could Dark Ritual out the Bowmaster. That might be worth it. Green. Termagoyf. What do we got? Atraxa. Do I care? Hold on. I don't think I care about this. Do this. Undercity Sewers. See what we got on top. Buried Alive. I don't have a reanimation spell, so I'm going to actually put that away. Put Buried Alive away. Maybe just discard Lively Dirge. Now we want our Lively Dirge. Well, this one. Grief. Cast it. Get him. What do you got? Bloodletter. No Bloodletter. Thank you. So we can Polluted Delta for another Undercity Sewer. Maybe hit something to reanimate. If not, we can just hold up the good old Bofa. And keep on smacking them for 3. Griefing them. Keep the grief train grow. Oh, we can actually... No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to reanimate good old Aclazats. And then our clock goes so much faster. They do nothing. Love to see it. We will Polluted Delta. We are going to see the information now. But I think it's just... Take the good old Bloodletter. Our opponent might have just stopped playing. It's possible. It's possible. They got griefed and they don't like it. And now they're not going to play Magic anymore. We can give them a little sleepy. Cheer squad upstairs going wild. Yeah, we're gonna go Undercity Sewer. We'll keep Necropolis on top. Bloodletter. Attack for 6. And this is actually just game. Like, this is lethal now. Reanimating this gives us 2-turn clock. They have the Dark Ritual still. But yeah, they have 1 card in hand. See what it is. Okay, Atraxa. Sure. Fine. Got him. We can go... Leyline of the Void? Is that what we want? Go down like a Lively Dirge, go down the Bofa. Just put in ley lines. Yeah, it's pretty good. If it was like Dredge, I'd put in all 4. Just to like make sure we can win. We play Leyline over like Tormod's Crypt and stuff because it's also a black spell for grief. In case we draw it later in the game. Oh, well, they've gave up. So. They didn't want to play anymore. They had enough of us griefing them. So well, on we go. Get all this stuff, all these things. Time to play. It says Legacy Reanimate because this is the closest I can make to my actual Legacy deck. Which is a Buried Alive deck with what's his face? Necrotic Ooze. And Phyrexian Devourer. And Walking Ballista. So you can just ping your opponent to death. Hopefully early in the game. Or you can animate dead with World Gorger Dragon. And then lands that come to play and deal damage. Mulligan? I mean, we'll try it out. We'll get rid of one of these. Maybe the Bofa brothers are good enough. Reanimate's pretty sweet. We'll keep the Grief on top. Darksteel Citadel. Oh! We got, I have to discard a card? I'll discard the Bofa. So now I can do Verdant Catacombs. Crack. We're going to go Watery Grave untapped. We're going to full control. Grief. Exiling Lively Dirge. Resolving. Griefing our opponent. Emit, not dead after all. Our creature. Full controlling, so we can get rid of stuff. So we're going to say Refurbish Familiar. Going to come back. We're going to get Mirror Enforcer gone. We're going to reanimate. Bofa Man. Kill the Familiar. And that should be game. Like, what are they going to do? Sacrifice their land, draw 2 cards, take 2 damage. Seems pretty bad. Well, we're going to put this play tapped. We don't need it untapped. We're just going to keep on attacking. That's kind of how this goes. Yeah, so if they ever cast a Deadly Dispute, they basically lose the game. We're going to cast another Bowmaster. Yeah. I mean, there's still a Bowmaster in play. Alright, so I actually think Toxic Deluge is the way to go here. Like, what do we cut, though? Maybe we cut the Atraxa. Actually, Atraxa just seems good, too. Breaker Creation. Serra Emissary on Artifact is pretty funny. Go down a Lively Dirge. Go down a Undying Malice. We'll go up 2 Toxic Deluges. Run it like that. Being able to just sweep their board of all their artifact creatures seems pretty strong, especially because they might have, well, this is pretty sweet. So I think we're just gonna grief them. Yep. Tap land. Ornithopter. We will Bloodstained Mire. Crack. We will get Watery Grave untapped. Full control. Griefing time. We're gonna get rid of Not Dead After All. Resolve. Yeah, it is nice, isn't it? Isn't this fun? Target you. Submit. Undying Malice. Very cool. Yeah. We will get rid of Refurbish Familiar. And Ichor Wellspring. And now you can have just mana. And they can't block. And the Bofa man. Alright, well, I mean, we're gonna Polluted Delta. Attack in. If they try and draw cards, we'll just Bofa. If not, we'll get a Undercity Sewer. Yep. Nice. They're drawing cards. They're drawing a lot of cards. And taking a lot of damage. Ooh. Alright, well, I do like that. We'll keep that into the graveyard. Play a Psychic Frog. We will attack with Grief. Kill the Mirror Enforcer. Or the Frog Mirror Enforcer if they block. Because he's got... Ooh, nothing? Sweet. Even better for us. In the turn. I mean, what do they even do? They can try to, like, race us, but it doesn't seem... Doesn't seem like they can do that. Not with what they have. They can start throwing things. Oh. So I'm discarding all my cards to make my Psychic Frog bigger, because then when they do this, they draw a card, and then I gotta ping it down. And then I make a 5/5. They can get mana in response, but what I want is I want my Psychic Frog to be able to get into for damage. Oh my. Honking the Goose. My opponent's going completely crazy. We're going to have a 7/7. Or 6/6, sorry. Oh yeah, because they canceled one. Sure. Good old Miriam Enforcer. Affinity seems pretty sweet. This guy does make it a lot better. Sure. Never player cast a spell if no mana was spent. So they can't play any more Ornithopters. Oh, I want them to cast an Ornithopter in this so bad. They have to block everything. Double block. Single block. Yep. Kill this, kill this. Deal them 4 damage. They'll be at 1 life. They can't draw extra cards, so they die. We get a draw card. Kind of funny. We're not going to use it, though. We don't need to use it. If anything, we can discard it to Psychic Frog to just draw more cards. But yeah. Good game indeed. Okay, good stuff. Wouldn't let us say good game. I didn't feel like honking the goose at them. They're doing something cool. They're trying out the new fun mechanics of Affinity. And we're just, you know, we're playing new fun cards. Like Grief. New to Arena, at least. Yeah, it'll be good. I can't wait for it to be banned in, like, 2 weeks. Well, maybe restricted? That doesn't make any sense. I think, yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess nothing's really banned from this format, other than... Is there anything banned? I don't think so. Just some restricted stuff. This hand is so interesting, but it's very bad, so I'm going to mulligan. This hand is better, so I will keep. Put a swamp away. I mean, I could just Lively Dirge. Turn 1? What would I put in the graveyard? Never mind, I'm going to do that. That's way better. Buried Alive. We're going to say... Big 3? Did I do the big 3? I do the big 3. There you go. Earthshaker Kenra. Yep, just end the turn. I mean, I'm gonna give you the Bofa. Yep. Yep. Okay, that's it. That's all you got. So I guess I just do this. Put that away. Dark Ritual. Cast Grief. See what they got going on. Chandra. Good game. They're playing red. We're going to bring in these. We're going to bring in... Playing just haste creatures. Do I just Toxic Deluge doesn't seem very good. I will Bone Shards, though. Bone Shards seems fine. I'm going to go down 2 Lively Dirges. I'm going to go down a... 1 Buried Alive. Now we're going to keep the Buried Alives. Atraxa seems really good. Breaker of Creation might be the worst one. Go down an Undying Malice. Maybe Reanimate. 1 Reanimate. 1 Persist. Run it like this. We kind of get rid of our consistency in drawing cards that reanimate, but I think Reanimate could be too risky if they're just going to play a full-on burn spell deck. It's mostly creature-based, so I'm not... Well, I mean, Bowmasters seem pretty good. Bone Shards also pretty good. So we'll keep. Especially Bone Shards with Bowmaster. Let me do this. End the turn. Bone Shards with Bowmaster works really well because we can just sacrifice the army without having to discard a card. They're not going to play anything. And that's the way I like to see it. We're going to see if we can just win the game with Undercity Sewers. Do we win? Free? No, but I will throw that in the garbage. Another Persist. And yeah, we get a pass. Which 3-drop you playing? Grafdigger Cage. Very funny. I mean, we're going to Bofa. Grafdigger's Cage is a card we can't really play against. Or play around. But... yeah, we're not going to play the quest. We're just going to keep on attacking. Now we can just discard cards. Kill things. I don't know. Our entire hand loses to Grafdigger's Cage. Okay, she's all dressed up. Get a mana, deal damage.
This little candle's gonna set your world on fire.
Yep.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
We have to actually cast Grief. So I am going to just Bone Shards. Discard a card. Kill this. It's going to be a Persist. Going in for 2.
Next time, I'll wear more comfortable shoes.
Creatures in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Can't play spells from graveyards and libraries. Okay. Yeah, add 2 mana. Chandra Tribal over here. A classic. I remember when this was the hype. Okay, let's Dark Ritual. Grief our opponent. Let's get rid of Hell Rider is probably better. Yeah, we'll do this.
Feel my pain.
Creatures in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that.
This'll be easy.
Yep. Earthshaker. They're going to cast it. Nice. And this guy's going to be... Okay. Both of them can't block. Thundering Riaju. Yep. Gonna exert. On the blocking? Okay, we can't block. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. Oh, can't block, so... All of our cards don't do anything. So... I think we're dead. Not much we can do about it. We'll kill Chandra. But we dead.
I don't need this.
Yep. Alright, next game. So, they have Grafdigger's Cage. Is there anything we can do about a Grafdigger's Cage? No, but we do get to play first, so we are just going to... We're going to try and grief him out right off the bat. I think that's the best way to do it. Dumping on our Reanimator spells was good, but we just drew them all. So, let's try it out. We're going to play first. Yes, we'll keep. So we will grief, submit persist, see what they got. We're going to take away Grafdigger's Cage, reanimate, grief, take Hellrider. We're going to reanimate Hellrider next turn and get him for damage. Well, I wish we could discard that, but that's fine. We're going to do this. Undercity Sewers. Undying Evil's pretty good, so we're going to reanimate Hellrider. And the clock is really fast. And that should be game. Good game. That was fun, right, opponent? Alright, there you go. The grief on the play. That's how that works. Well, we'll throw another one in there. Why not? Games go quick. The grief happens fast. Grafdigger's Cage is a problem. Maybe we should have... no, we're not. We could have something like a bounce spell. Chain of Vapor. Maybe. Is a classic, but I don't think there is. I don't think Chain of Vapor actually exists in this format. So, never mind. I was thinking like a blue bounce spell would be the way to go, but even then, just went with your Psychic Frog or something. Adapt, play better. You're from turn 1, so they can't get their Grafdigger's Cage. Very interesting when we saw our Affinity player playing that Affinity hate card, pretty much. The Cascade counter, but probably didn't realize that if they cast their Frogmite for 0, it also gets countered. Yeah, this hand's good, right? Yeah, we'll keep. They go first, so let's see if they grief us. If they grief us, I mean, obviously, it's bad. So are they griefing us? Are we getting a taste of our own medicine? Okay, it's close. What do they take, though? I mean, all right. We're just gonna full control, play a swamp. Do we grief the grief? I think we grief the grief. We grief the grief, because then we can have two options. No, we don't need full control anymore. Grief them. We will get rid of. Ah, they are a grief deck. Get rid of Ragavan. Yeah, so if we get rid of Ragavan, we can reanimate Ragavan? And they can't do anything? Yeah, we're just going to reanimate Ragavan. Saves us less life, then we can just persist grief next turn. They have to swamp cycle, basically. Oh, okay, they have Fury. Kind of sweet. You got me. Really wanted to hit with that Ragavan. Swamp cycle. Uh-huh. Very nice. We're not going to let them get another swamp, though. Because we are going to pay 2 life. We're going to persist. Grief. He's back. We're going to hit this guy. Alright. Ooh. We're gonna troll him. Grief on top, 100%. We took this. It's got bigger toughness. We are going to crack. Just swamp. Cast a grief. What do we hit? Oh, goodbye, Fury. We're not playing the troll. I mean, it's fine. I just don't like the troll that much. It's probably correct to play the troll. I just don't want to play the stupid troll. Okay, reanimating Fury. Sure. Yep. You got him. And the race is on? No. So they go to 1. They can't block. And let's see what they got. So they're playing the red-black version scam. They got Fury. We're not playing Solitude. We're just playing the only blue card in our deck is the Psychic Frog. I do think Psychic Frog is good enough. Alright, they saw it. Perfect. So now we get to go down the Atraxa, go down Lively Dirge. Yeah, we'll go down Lively Dirge. We do want to keep the good old Bofa. Necropolis is good. Not dead after all. Yeah, we want this. Serra Emissary, very strong. We just say creature and they can't really do much. Breaker of Creation, obviously, they can't really compete with. So I do want all these in. And do I want... Maybe I go down 1 Necropolis, 1 Buried Alive, up 2 Leylines of the Void, just to get them. Leyline of the Void stops their... They can't grief us that way. The other Leyline, better. But at least, you know, getting one of the Leylines out will mean it's they can't scam us. Don't want to be scammed turn 1. I might even take them out for next game. Just to, but we'll see. We'll see if there is a next game. Maybe we can just get them. Obviously, White Leyline better, but not as good because can't sack it to our griefs. We're waiting for our opponent. They're thinking. Is it good enough? If we just get scammed, we lose. We're gonna try it out. We'll see how it is. Okay, Verdant Catacomb, crack. Not what I wanted to see. Although, if it is just like a Ragavan, no, it's not a Ragavan. It's a... That's it? That's all you got? That's what you have for me, opponent? Well, that's not going to win the game. Alright, well. We're going to go Polluted Delta. Crack. We're going to get the, get this beautiful thing. Play the mana. Full control. Grief. We're going to grief our... Ooh. You can do Bofa, man. We're going to get rid of the Bofa. Resolve. Grief our opponent. Submit him. We're going to do the discard first. We're going to take... Oh, so many cards. We're going to take the Fable the Mirror Breaker, I think. Take Fable the Mirror Breaker. An Undying Malice. With the trigger on the stack. Resolve. Resolve. You. Take your Reanimate. And go for it. So yeah, we take those. They don't have a red source immediately there. You're gonna use their land, that's fine. We're gonna Psychic Frog them. What do we got? Oh, they drew a red source? Kinda sweet. Kinda sweet. Yeah. I mean, you can do it. Sure. Then you can land cycle. Are they just gonna... What are they gonna do? Are they gonna cast Unlicensed Hearse? Yeah, alright. I like it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play a Psychic Frog. And we're gonna see if you can beat the Psychic Frog. And the turn? Sure, swamp cycle it up. You get a swamp. Dot seas. No, you know what? Forget it. Burger Creation Graveyard. Reanimate Graveyard. Lose Verdant Catacomb? I guess so. No, let's just attack. We're going in. Just gonna take it. Perfect. Draw a card. I will Undercity Sewer, I think, is the appropriate card to play. Keep both on top. It's going to be very hard for them to try and do anything against me now. Psychic Frog is quite the house. Even if, well, they can't play a Fury. They can reanimate it, I guess. Yep, take your damage. Honk the Goose at that. That's very fun. They're not getting in. Well, I will, I'll make them bigger. We gotta draw more cards. Do I Buried Alive? I don't think I do. I just... Buried Alive just says, gets +1/+1. Nope, you don't get any life. Psychic Frog, my friend. Your Deathrite Shaman is useless. I am all in on this Psychic Frog, though, because I think their main removal spell is just Fury. I don't think they can do anything about it. So I will discard Buried Alive. I will make my creature flying, so they get nothing underneath their unlicensers. Resolve. Nothing happens. They don't get any life. They have to hold back to block. Okay. Sure. Deal 4 damage. We got him. All right. Well, that's we had a nice little scam match off there, which was fun. And that's how you play Timeless now. This is the new Timeless. You can play the silly little spaghetti guy, whatever he is, the troll. Can't be blocked by 3 or more things, but you don't need to. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Psychic Frog is the truth. And so is Breaker Creation. I would honestly, I don't even know if you need the Atraxa. Because everyone's playing like Solitudes and stuff and things like that, so I don't even need the Atraxa. It doesn't work with Persist. But the protection from whatever you want creature is amazing. So definitely play Serra Emissary or whatever it is. Definitely play Breaker Creation. Bird Life. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.